Good evening, everyone. This weekend I'm preaching at all the masses to share with you our parish annual report. The diocese makes us live from July 1st of 24 to June of 25. That's our fiscal period. And so I'm encouraging you this weekend to take a bulletin home, because in it you'll find a report, a reflection on the ministries and also on our finances. So I hope you'll review that. I hope as you look it over that there's a sense of pride that you feel in what is happening here in the name of St. Columcille, but you'll also have a sense of inspiration too. I want to begin my reflection with a story. My sister in Kansas connected me to a young man, Justino. Justino's attending summer classes at Creighton University. And so eventually we got together and he came to the parish office. And when I came to greet him, right away, first impression, this is a sharp dude. The way he carried himself, there was this self-confidence, warm smile. You just kind of exude charisma right away. And my sister spoke highly of him as she knew him through her children's as a friend. So we went upstairs and we started visiting, and you know that we're trying to make a big deal out of the personal journey. And so conversation was, well, tell me a little bit about your personal journey. And he was living in Florida, educated in financing, working with banks, and was responsible for accounts in the billions. So I thought to myself, well, you not only look sharp, but you must be smart too, right? And then his story was, though, after about 5 years, 10 years of doing this, and he says, in Florida, it's a beautiful place to live. There's lots of fun things to do. I was having economic means to have lots of things that I wanted. But after 5, 10 years, I just said to myself, is this really all there is? I found myself empty. And I decided there has to be something more than this. I don't want to do this for 40 or 50 more years. And so he was, at the time, not a practicing Catholic, but the inkling, the stirring inside of him made him return to the faith of his grandmother. She was the one who practiced. And he decided he was going to go back to church. And what's interesting is when he was telling the story, he made the point, I decided this time, notice that, I decided this time I wasn't just going to attend Mass. I decided I was really going to pray, that I was going to speak to Jesus, and I was really going to open my heart and long for Jesus to speak to me. And after doing this a while, nothing happened instantly, but after doing this a while, he said, I finally came to realize that God had to be at the center of my life. Now, Justino's story, I think, captures an insight that I want to hold up in the scriptures today. This is a modern story of the psalmist who says, our help is from the Lord who made heaven and earth. We sung that several times. Do you sense the truth of that? Our help is from the Lord. Not from a job, not from having a lot, doing a lot, the Lord. He went on to say, that he's now studying to be a priest. And that's why he was at Creighton, and that's why my sister wanted me to meet him. And when he told me this, I said, you know what, young man, I'd say he's in low 30s. He says, you're a rare thing. You're not living like most of your peers. Then he said this that was very insightful and encouraging for me. He says, what I've learned is that life can beat you up, like the story of Moses' battle, and life can leave you empty, but the church has to be an oasis. And I firmly believe that my generation after being exposed to all that's good in the world and all that's there, is eventually going to end up like me and wanting the church to be an oasis. I thought that was beautiful. And what I would want to hold up to you is this is what we need to be and what we are about at St. Columkille. We need to be an oasis in Papillion and in Sarpy County, a place that people can get respite from the battles and the struggles of life and come to be with the Lord, who is our help and our salvation. So when you look at the story in our bulletin, when you look through this, we're trying to make a big deal out of our mission, helping everyone take their next step, and we do that by praying. When you look at here, daily Mass is increasing in numbers. I think we try to take seriously what we do here on Sundays, that we do it well. I want to give honor to Father Moser, who's initiated Thursday adorations once a month, and then during Lent, every Thursday during the season. I think that's all setting a beautiful thing. The courtyard rosaries are getting bigger. Those are all just simple little examples of where I believe, I sense, I pray that we're truly praying. We talked about participation. You'll find towards the back where we got like a look at the numbers of different things and the like. There's a lot always going on around here with Alpha and On the Journey and the like. One of the things I liked in here that made me feel good was when you check it out, you'll see our rosary makers. This past fiscal period, they made more rosaries than all of us ate donuts at Donut Sundays together. Right? Be proud. Right? So something good, beautiful, holy, right? Also, generosity. So check the finances. We're trying to be transparent. We're trying to be good stewards. Director of Ops, Phil, and then Emily here, who's a parishioner. Emily Stever is a parishioner. Then we have a good finance council that you can see what we've been doing. Tithing increase in the last fiscal period. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The Maintenance for Mission project has been quite successful. We're still about 30,000 short of our goal, but you'll see the numbers of how many people have already contributed to that and the projects that we've been doing. That's made a huge difference. This past fiscal period, we were blessed with inheritance. People put St. Columkille in their will. And this past year is the most ever since I've been here, $450,000. All right? That certainly tipped the scales for us, right? God be praised by that. Thank you. That's not normal. That's something we can't expect, right? But so that put us in a very good place. But if we did not have that kind of unusual gift and the like, we would have been in the red this year. So I am counting again on your financial support, and I'm encouraging you to increase your tithing. As the Finance Council met, they project that our increase we need to be is a little like 4.5% increase. So if you could do that, I would be appreciative. If some of you are not tithing, I would strongly urge you, please help us out in that regard. Or if you're irregular in that way, if you could make a pattern of that, that would be a great importance to us. Because altogether, little things can make a big difference. So if you have any questions about particularly the finances, I'm not the brains behind all this. They put up with me at the Finance Council meeting, but we have staff that can answer any of those questions for you. Father Moser, Father Magnuson, and I are blessed to be priests here. You are good people. This is a wonderful parish. But we need you. We need everyone here. I need you to be generous financially. That's part of the the burden of being the pastor, and I have to ask you for that every year, and that's something I like to do. I need you to participate in the programs and in the ministries so that we are making our parish really an oasis, something vibrant and nourishing for people. But mostly, we need you to be very, very prayerful. People who, like Justino says, I'm not just attending, I am genuinely speaking to Jesus and opening my heart, hoping to hear him. Because everyone here has a Justino in their life, or two. And if Justino's right, and I think he is correct, some of our loved ones who are searching, trying to find meaning or purpose, someday they're going to come here and they're going to be weary, they're going to be beat up, they're going to be searching. And when that happens, we need to be the community of Aaron's and hers in the first reading. We need to be the ones who stand next to them and help hold their hands up in prayer so that they too will meet him, the true oasis. Meet him who all of us know is the Lord, our help and our salvation.